Good evening, Tony Dattino doing my Friday Live with Tony broadcast. And it is, again, with a great level of energy, excitement, of things that I'm reading and how all of these tie up to our overall elements of the keys to brain health, that there's no end in sight. It's in our generation today with the pandemic crises just accelerating some of the elements that are not good for our brain health and our body's health. It's just bringing so much focus into what science is telling us we can be doing. And to me, that's exciting because we can take more control back over things that we may feel helpless about and hopeless about, and possibly take more control back in our lives, even during a pandemic. And so yesterday, I was talking to you about the different elements of stress. So we were coping with stress during a pandemic. That was yesterday's, along with what we have found that stress levels of burned out parents are higher than any other group. And so I'm picking these up, and then we talk about one that I was reading today. Healthy sleep habits, right? Healthy sleep habits can cut the risk of heart failure nearly in half. It's heart failure nearly in half. And so in our, what I call the wheel of brain health, I have sleep is one of the six, and they're all equal. The thing that's amazing to me is people look at them as in silos. They're all interconnected. You are one body. You are one piece. And you're not broken up here and cut off here. You are one holistic system. And people need to think of themselves as this one holistic system. So if we're stressed and we're anxious and we're worried about things in terms of what's going on in our life today, who do we believe, who can we trust, they're going to impact our sleep. Who wants to go to sleep thinking about the world is about ready to end and it's just about ready to crunch personally onto my shoulders? And so I said, people, God is not personally looking to just single you out. So what is it we can do to begin to at least make assessments of, so where are we stressed? Where are we anxious about things? And what can we do about them? Because healthy sleep habits cut the risk of heart failure in half. So the six elements of brain health, one of them is stress, and then resilience we bring into that. So each one, again, they're not in sequence, so I change the order in how I talk to them. But our stress levels that lead to anxiety and worry and concern, and if we don't have the resiliency built into that, we get ourselves into trouble. Sleep is another one. So what are we doing about sleep? And we all know, I'm going to read this to you. It's like, the obvious benefits of sleep. A good night's rest is an elusive goal for many. But people live the longest when they sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. Now, they're tying in our sleep habits and patterns to how long we want to live or how long we're going to be physically able to live. So off we go, right? 7 to 8 hours. Now, I've read some that say, 5 hours of deep REM sleep will get you there. It doesn't matter. Are you sleeping comfortably to when you wake up? Do you feel rested and like, wow, I've had a good night's rest? Sleep is restorative and necessary for your body's functional processes, like breathing, like thinking, like being able to get up and have a pace and a gait that looks like you're alive and well. So sleep does all these things. Maintaining good sleep quality, at least in adulthood, middle age, provides better cognitive functioning and serves to protect against age-related cognitive decline. So now we talk about maintaining good sleep quality, and that really goes throughout your whole life. Maintaining good sleep quality is important to me. Being able to get up in the morning and get my creative juices going and my energy levels going out and doing my morning run, doing my morning stretches, or possibly on alternate days, some weightlifting. They're all essential elements to good overall health, which is going to impact my brain and my body. I want to keep those two in sync. Sleep has long been overlooked, is now recognized. So sleeping has been overlooked. It's now being recognized. So it's like, whoa, wake up, not pun intended, is the third pillar of good health. It's the third pillar of good health, and I would suggest there's 6 of them. So we're going to talk about the 6 of them, because the third pillar of good health, nutrition and exercise. So what are we're talking about stress, we're talking about sleep, we talk about nutrition, we talk about exercise. In the pandemic world, we talk about social isolation and how do we maintain that which we're hardwired to be, which is to socialize. And then last but not least, what are we doing to extend our dendritic spines and our growth of mental challenges? How do we solve problems and look at them as growth opportunities and ways to improve our overall brain health as well as our overall physical health? So what exercising are you doing to your brain that teach it some new things? And this should go on for your whole life. And you add all of this together, and what do we find? Our benefits, heart failure is going to get cut in half. Gee, that's not a bad, is that not a bad result? To invest in yourself, in your own well-being, to minimize any damage that you may be doing to your heart and at the same time to your brain. Because in surveys that have been done with people in cardiology tests and surveys, they have found that, gee, you can keep my ticker going here, you can keep my heart doing what it's supposed to be doing, but I don't ever want to lose my cognitive functions. And so what we look at is the combination of getting good night's sleep, which we know we all want to do. I mean, I don't know who goes to bed at night and says, gee, I'd love to wake up tired tomorrow morning. And if I get up tired tomorrow morning, I am just going to be so energized and I'm not going to be able to keep me down. I'm going to just fly all day long. We all know we need to get some good sleep. We all know that we want to get some restful sleep where we're at peace and where we can at least take a few hours to take the troubles of the world off our shoulders and begin to at least say, okay, let me get some rest. Let me clear my brain, which is what's going on during your sleeping. You're clearing your brain and you're picking sometimes the creative solutions to some of the challenges that you've got. And you're getting up with that creativity. I'm a 6 a.m. guy. I get up 6 a.m. and I'm thinking about all the things I want to get done and accomplished. But now let's go through a couple of more tips. So here we go. What are some of the tips for better sleep? So what are a couple of tips? I love this one because for me this works. Aromatherapy. Boy, what is aromatherapy? I look at as the smells that we take in and how important one of our senses of the sense of smell is to our ability to connect to our brain and give us a moment in times of relaxation. And I didn't know this, but boy, this is one I just happen to love, which is my smell, is lavender oil helps with insomnia and sleep quality. So I happen to love lavender soaps and the smell of lavender. Well, now I know, though I haven't had challenges with my sleep except if I'm highly stressed, which then I figure out what to do with that. But the important thing is aromatherapy is improved sleep quality, and lavender oil will help with insomnia. Wow, how about that? Smell nice. Get some oil spray. Go to any of the stores that are selling these special aromatherapy treatments and try a little bit of it. And as I always say to people, it doesn't have to be overnight. You don't have to nail this thing and oh God, I went and tried this for one night and I didn't sleep like a log. Melatonin, they tell you that taking melatonin lowers the time to fall asleep and increases sleep time in the patients they studied. Melatonin treatment improves the body's ability to realign the sleep-wake rhythms and decrease time to fall asleep. Now, I don't take melatonin. I know some people that do. They profess that it helps them, and their experience, I'd say profess, but their experience is saying it does help them, so they take it. That's an interesting one for me. Exercise. Studies have shown that when analyzing exercising, it improves the sleep quality and decreases daytime sleepiness. In adults with moderate sleep conditions, exercise increased the quality of their sleep scores And they recommend as one exercise or one activity, Tai Chi has improved sleep quality as well. So now, exercise. Moderate exercise. You don't have to be, moderate exercise. I did a broadcast on that. All this stuff closes together. Look at this. Stress, anxiety, worry, sleep, nutrition, physical exercise. It all benefits us. Why? Because we want to reduce our level of heart failure. It cuts it in half. My goodness. It all connects, everything connects to everything else, as we learned years ago from Leonardo da Vinci. It all connects in the body and the brain and the muscles and the blood and the heart, all connected. How about the blue light? Now, again, I think by now everybody should know that the blue lights that we think in our bedroom, which they use to dull the TV boxes and different lamps that we have, put blue light in. Forget the blue light. We want to dull it. It said, in a study of participants, the use of blue phone 2 hours before bedtime, reducing it now. So you better reduce it. 2 hours before bedtime decreases. I've got this backwards. Getting rid of blue light 2 hours before bedtime helps you, decreases the amount of time it takes you to get to sleep, is what I'm trying to say. And so, are you looking at blue lights? I mean, in my house, I noticed that the night lights are blue lights, right? And you say, well, as long as they're not in my bedroom, I guess they're okay. So I make sure that the cell phones are not in the bedroom. I make sure the remote control on the TV has got the TV shut off and we don't have blue lights showing up through the TV. The alarm box. I mean, somebody obviously came up with the idea one day to have blue lights as a way to see things at night, and what they're finding now is those with sleep issues and rhythms, slow buildup of speed, need have increased sensitivity to blue lights. So watch your blue lights. Sleep quality is essential for your health, and natural treatments such as meditation, aromatherapy, limiting blue lights can all help. Exercising can all help. And one of the last things I tell people is get up when you're tossing and turning and sleeping, twisting and turning. Get up and just write out everything going on in your brain. Usually I tell people, just get quick and jot out a mind map. You know what? Just write out pages. Have a pad of paper next to your bed. Just write out everything that's going on in your brain that's causing you to stay awake. And what will happen is your brain will then say, I got it. It's all here on this piece of paper. I do not need to stay awake to make sure I remember all of the challenges and worries and anxieties I have, because it's on this piece of paper. Now, we'll go back to sleep. So I have done this many times, and I may be up for an hour, I may be up for 15 minutes, but when I'm in that mode of tossing and turning and not getting back to sleep, what I will do is, if I'm tossing and turning more than 5 minutes, I have a simple 5-minute rule. And if I can't mentally figure out how to get out of the loop after 5 minutes, then I'm not laying in bed tossing and turning. I'm getting up, out, and I'm writing it all down. That is my Friday night broadcast for you tonight. I wanted to tie in the 6 elements or the keys to brain health that we keep talking about. And all I'm saying to you is a day doesn't go by where I'm not reading something that's talking about what these 6 elements of brain health have in terms of your overall body's health, and that you can begin to take these one at a time and begin to bring yourself forward in making changes that you can control, that can clearly make a difference to your life expectancy, clearly make a difference to your own personal mental processes and your mental thinking and your memories, and your cognitive functions, as well as your heart health and your overall body's ability to endure the challenges that you face each and every day. So with that, have a nice weekend, and I will be back on Monday evening. Hope all is well, and I guess we have lots of college basketball games being played and tournaments this weekend. So hopefully you get a chance to watch. And I can't say to all of you, I hope your team wins, because Somebody loses at every one of these games, and they're not fun when your team loses, but pick up the next game and stay well.